Hello, welcome. I'm Cindy. I blog at DIY Beautify, and I'm all about inspiring others to create a beautiful home through easy DIYs and home decor ideas. I just tried doing this video and I had my phone the other way and I realized I was sideways, so I'm just starting over, and I guess it flustered me just a little bit. But today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make just a really simple Valentine's garland. It's easy. Hi Kim. And it's inexpensive, and all the supplies you can just buy from Amazon, so you don't even have to leave your house. And I promise you that you will use these supplies over and over again for all kinds of different projects around the house. So over the holidays, I really got into air dry clay, and I made a bunch of ornaments and things that you can find on my blog and on my Facebook page. But this is the product I really love and recommend. And the reason why is because it dries in about 24 hours. So you can get your project finished really quick. And today I'm going to show you how to make these little hearts. Aren't they sweet? They're air dry clay, and we're going to put them together into a garland. So I was going to just show you the garland. I thought, you know what, I'll just show you how I go ahead and make these little clay tags. So what you want to do is just kind of work the clay between your hands a little bit. Now I've got just a pizza tray that I use for crafts, but you can use and roll it out onto wax paper or parchment paper, something like that. So you're going to need a rolling pin, and you're going to need some cookie cutters. I have all different sizes here. This is the one that I used for those tiny little hearts, so I'm going to use that one again. Alright, so you know what? I think I'm going to flip my tray over because that lip is making it a little hard for me to roll. Let me know if you can't see anything. Okay, so you want to roll it fairly thin. It's probably, I would say, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and then take your hearts, just like making cookies, just punch them out. Now the clay, I was a little surprised when I started because it's kind of a pale gray, and I thought it would dry white. Now it does. So it's when it's damp, it straight out of the package, it is gray, but when it dries, I promise it'll turn white. When you're not using the clay, you want to make sure that you keep it sealed tightly in a Ziploc bag. Otherwise it'll dry out, and you don't want that to happen, because like I said, it only takes a couple days to completely dry. Okay, now I completely forgot. Hold on one sec, I have to grab a little dowel to make my hole. Apologize for that. So a toothpick works just fine. You just want to poke it all the way through one end like this to make your hole. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside to dry. I won't be able to work with these today. Like I said, it will take two full days pretty much for them to dry. Tomorrow what I'll do is I will come and flip them over and let the back side dry, and you will see that the color fades from gray to very white. So I'm just using another cookie sheet over here lined with waxed paper. But let's move on to actually making your garland. Actually, before I do that, one thing I did want to point out is that while your clay is wet, this is the time if you want to add like a word or a symbol. I have these little alphabet stamps that have numbers and letters, and it's upper and lowercase. I will put links to all these products. Everything's from Amazon. I also have little stamps. So I did some snowflakes. So you just want a stamp that has obviously that edge, and you can, you know, stamp an image. How about this? This little button, can you see that? It's got a really pretty face on it. So I'm just gonna stamp that over my heart and just kind of make sure I'm pressing it in. And I'll show you what it turned out like. So it just printed that stamped image onto the heart. So you can see there's all kinds of ways that you can customize it. I do have like a hobnail glass with little dots on it, and so I rolled that on some of my clay ornaments, and that was really pretty. So just make sure you do that while it's wet, and then set it aside and don't touch it until it dries. So I'm just gonna grab some of my dried pieces here. And I do want to tell you that you can also do like thicker shapes. So I never got around to painting this little guy, but it's a snowman, and I made a little hat for him. Isn't that cute? And once it's completely dry, like this one maybe took 3 days to dry because it is solid, I can paint it with acrylics and then do a glaze over the top, and it looks really cute. Okay, so back to our garland. So all I have here is just I got this at Goodwill. It's this huge cone of string, and it's real fine. It's like just kitchen twine. But you could also use, you know, that real thin ribbon that you can get at the craft store. And let me just show you what I have done already. So I did this really sweet little garland on a pink satin ribbon. And you can see that here I've got 2 of the hearts hanging. And this is just, it's not really a garland, it's more just to lay. I have it laying on my dining table where I set up some pink and gold and mercury glass and twinkle lights. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna share that on, I think, Friday of next week. But to do that, all I do, so that those hearts dried with that little hole, and you just want to take your twine or your kitchen string and just thread it through that hole. Now you can cut it off at this length and then do like I did and attach it to like a wider ribbon, or you can just make, whoops, I pulled it right off. You can make your garland right on this kitchen twine. So I'm just gonna pull it through. Let's see. I've only got 5 hearts left, so this is going to be a short little garland that I think I'll probably put on my mug rack that I have hanging in my kitchen. All right, so I'm going to pull it through almost to the end, and to keep the hearts in place, you just want to tie a really simple knot. All right, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just put your string through the end of the loop and just tie a knot like that. Probably do a double knot just to keep it from coming undone. Okay, so that heart, there's my end. That heart is tied. It's not going to slide either direction. So then I'm just going to thread my next heart. Now if you're having trouble threading it on through those tiny little holes, you can use a toothpick to help poke it through. I have one back here. And thread it on. Decide how far apart you want them to be, and then tie another knot. Now this time when I'm tying, my other heart that I already tied on is going to have to go through that hole. It's a little bit trickier. You just hold it in place where you want it and keep pulling until you make your knot. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. So I'm putting everything through this hole. It's just a simple knot. Okay, so now I've got 2. So I'm just going to continue on until I have all 5 done, and then I'll share how it looks on my mug rack. I have been spending the last couple days but packing up my Christmas decor. And the house feels a little bit bare without all those twinkle lights and all the Christmas magic. So I've already started decorating for Valentine's, winter. For me, it's kind of all the same. I do have some subtle Valentine's decor. I don't really go for red at Valentine's Day. I like a softer pink. And I do have a project I posted earlier this morning. It's how to make Valentine's heart-shaped coasters. All you need is rope and hot glue and some felt. So make sure you check that video out because that one is a keeper. And I'm actually going to be pulling those out of storage so that we can use them. Because I feel like even though January seems to go pretty slow, you know, the dog days of winter they call it, it's nice to have those warm, cozy elements in the house so that it doesn't feel so bleak. All right, so I'm just finishing up. I've got one more to do after this one. Just tying knots. It's a little bit boring to watch. Sorry about that. Should have had something more colorful today, but all right, last one. Sometimes it helps if you just dampen that string. It makes it a little bit easier to thread through that tiny, tiny little hole. There we go. Ooh, that really helped. Did you see how easy that went through once it was wet? Okay, so now I'm just tying my last heart on here onto my just inexpensive kitchen string, kitchen twine. I think this is what they use to truss up turkeys. I don't know, I've never actually done that. I just let the turkey legs do their thing, hang out. All right, so that's it, I'm done. I've got five little hearts all strung up. It was fast and easy to make, and I'm gonna go find a really cute place to hang these up. Like I said, I think this is gonna wind up on the little mug rack that I have hanging on the end of my kitchen cabinet. And you know, it's cute whether you hang it this way or this way. I just think it's really pretty and it's subtle, like they're hearts, but it's not screaming Valentine's Day. So I plan to leave this up for the next couple months. You know, it's cute and it'll work in any home decor really. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna go ahead now and add the links to all the products that I used up in the description. So if you're interested in trying out this clay or the alphabet stamps like I talked about, I'll have all that up there for you. Thanks so much for watching.